This is Israeli news with Yoeli for April 17 and 18, 2025. U.S. President Donald Trump referred to a report in the New York Times that he had blocked an Israeli plan to attack Iran, saying, "I wouldn't say I prevented it, I'm just not in a hurry to do it. I think Iran has invitations to be a great country and to live happily. That's the first option. The second option would be very bad for Iran, and I think it wants to talk." Trump added, "Iran cannot possess nuclear weapons. It's very simple." U.S. President Donald Trump referred to the nuclear talks with Iran, saying, "The agreement that was signed under Obama was supposed to expire now, and it was a terrible agreement. He gave Iran a clear path to develop nuclear weapons. I wouldn't have accepted it, and that's why I canceled it. First of all, it was too short. When it comes to countries, you don't make short agreements. Canceling the agreement was a great step, because if it had ended, we wouldn't have been able to do anything against Iran." Washington and Kyiv have signed a draft mineral agreement, under which the United States will gain access to precious minerals and minerals on Ukrainian soil. "We are pleased to announce the signing of a memorandum of intent with our American partners, which paves the way for an economic partnership agreement and the establishment of an investment fund for the reconstruction of Ukraine," Ukrainian Economy Minister Yulia Sviridenko said. In the shadow of his administration's unprecedented steps against Harvard University, U.S. President Donald Trump said the university was clearly anti-Semitic, adding that Claudine Gay, who resigned as president more than a year ago, was a terrible woman. According to Trump, Harvard is a disgrace. "I think what they did was a disgrace. They are clearly anti-Semites. That terrible president ruined Harvard's image, perhaps permanently. It was shocking." The president added, "When you look at Columbia, Harvard, Princeton, they are very anti-Semitic. We will examine very seriously the issue of tax exemption status, which has been abused. We'll see how it develops." The University of Florida police reported that 2 people, who are not students, were killed in the shooting on the campus in the city of Tallahassee. It was also reported that 5 other people were wounded by the gunfire and were taken to hospital for treatment. The police also updated that the shooter was also taken to the hospital, and that he was apparently an active student. More than 200 Israeli academics in the United States have signed an open letter condemning the Trump administration, alleging the cynical use of anti-Semitism to justify arrests, threats of deportation, and budget cuts at universities, especially against Palestinian students. According to them, the moves do not protect Jews, but rather reinforce anti-Jewish sentiments. In addition, Jewish organizations in the United States, including the Reform Union and J Street, petitioned the Vermont State Court to protest the detention of students for their opinions. They wrote that the moral infrastructure of academia and the Jewish community is being undermined, and are used to justify political persecution harms us as well. Finance Minister Bezalel Smotrich referred to Hamas' announcement of its rejection of the Israeli proposal for a ceasefire in the Gaza Strip, saying that the State of Israel will not surrender to Hamas, and will not end the war without complete victory and the realization of all its goals. "The time has come to open the gates of hell to Hamas, to deepen the fighting until the full occupation of the Gaza Strip, the destruction of Hamas, and the implementation of President Trump's plan for the voluntary exodus of Gazans to rebuild in other countries. Mr. Prime Minister, go ahead and give the order." The U.S. Army Central Command, CENTCOM, announced that it had destroyed the Ras Isa oil port in northwest Yemen, which is controlled by the Houthi rebels. According to the statement, the Houthis, who are supported by Iran, use fuel to sustain their military operations and to benefit economically from embezzling profits from imports. This fuel should be legitimately supplied to the people of Yemen. The profits from these illegal sales directly fund Houthi terrorism. The Houthis, their Iranian masters, and those who knowingly help their terrorist activities must understand that the world will not accept the illegal smuggling of fuel and weapons to a terrorist organization, the statement said. The Wall Street Journal reported, citing intelligence sources, that Hamas is facing financial difficulties, which have led to the cessation of the payment of salaries to the organization's terrorists and the halving of salaries to senior officials since the middle of the month of Ramadan. According to the report, the terror organization remained almost completely impoverished after a series of assassinations in the Gaza Strip, including of the organization's money changer, and after the cessation of humanitarian aid, which, according to Arab sources, Hamas used to steal and sell to the residents of the Gaza Strip. The police returned to the El-Kabetz family the laptop that was stolen from the home of Sivan El-Kabetz, who was murdered in the village of Gaza in the massacre on October 7. About a week ago, Sivan's father reported to the police that the house in which she lived, which is now used as a memorial complex, had been broken into and a laptop that had been used by Sivan as a student had been stolen. The police located the computer last night and detained 2 suspects, foreign nationals living in Ashkelon, on suspicion of committing the act. Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed or benefited from this material, please visit all of Yoeli's YouTube channels and subscribe. Forward to those who might benefit or be interested. Yoeli's YouTube channels include the following.